Hello and welcome to a day of getting stuff done when you don't feel like getting stuff done. We all have days like this and I've been feeling just super flat this week. I honestly didn't feel like filming today, so I just decided to just start filming and see where this video takes me. I've written a plant to-do list and a personal to-do list, and we're just going to work our way through the list, starting with watering the outdoor pots. Here's a little update on my patio pots. We have my hostas and my herbs. I also love these little iron cross oxalis. They are so gorgeous. And I've also got myself a couple of new hosta. This is the hosta Red Ninja, and I also have the hosta Fire and Ice as well. Very excited to grow these two new ones. This poor hosta was getting absolutely munched by the slugs and snails, so I've popped it up on this chair and hopefully they can't reach up here. The rest of these pots are pretty mixed with different plants. And some still have some gaps that need working on. Do any of you remember my succulent planter I set up a couple of years ago? Last summer it death bloomed like crazy and the mother plants dried off, and these are all the pups and they're already filling out the pot really nicely. A few more pots here, and then this is the only tree still standing in the garden. This camellia that we've pruned to expose the trunk, and we've also kind of shaped the foliage into a nice round ball, was the only tree we decided to keep. As for the rest of the garden, it's very much a work in progress. My husband has removed a lot of the bushes and shrubs that we were just not really feeling, they weren't very attractive, and made the garden feel quite small and cluttered. Now the garden's been cleared, we can start to plot out our new design, but we are hoping to do a lot of this ourselves, so it's definitely going to be more of a long-term project. Back on the patio, and I have one of my aeoniums here. This Euphorbia minus Merlot is getting a bit scorched since I moved it here, so I may need to relocate. More pots with some summer colour, and of course more Euphorbia because I love them. This Catinus smoke bush is new, and I'm starting this one in a pot, but it will probably end up in the garden at some point later on. I do find watering the pots on the patio quite therapeutic whilst I listen to all the birds, and it's much quicker and easier than watering my indoor collection for sure. On this table here I have my other aeonium, which is actually exploding with growth. It's actually crazy to see how much it's grown since I planted it in this planter this time last year. Back inside, and the next job is watering the moss poles, starting with my neon pothos. This is the nice thing about the spring and summer months, when I can just take all my plants out to the patio and use the garden hose. In the winter, the water gets just way too cold for my tropical babies, and I just don't like to do it so much, so I definitely get to give them a little bit more love and regular watering and regular spray downs in the spring and summer months. I give her a little shake, and then I bring her inside to wipe off the droplets off from her leaves. The water in London is so ridiculously hard that it really does mark the leaves. She is getting super tall now, so it's definitely time for a chop and extend back soon. In her spot, and it's time for the Mandula pothos to have her shower. I always give the leaves a really good blast, as well as saturating the moss pole. This is obviously just to remove dust from the leaves, but also just to blast off any pests that might be hanging around. I hope if you're lacking in motivation today, that this video is going to give you a little bit of motivation just to get some things done. Maybe acting like a little bit of a body doubling video. I've been finding those super helpful recently. My Florida Ghost is next for the shower, and this plant has been so thirsty recently, which basically tells me that she is probably in need for a repot. She is finally losing some of her original leaves, which just reminds me of how small she was when I got this plant and how much she's grown over the last few years. When I dry the leaves, I always give the plant a little check over as well, just checking for any pest damage. Back she goes, and now it's time for my Monstera albo. She actually had a shower this week already, so I'm just going to be fertilising her. She now lives in the newly painted pink living room, and it's not easy to water her there in situ, so I like to bring her out here, and therefore I can just splash the water on her and I don't have to worry about it hitting the paintwork or anything like that. Here's a quick growth comparison to how she looked this time last year. And now it's time to shower some of the other gals and guys. Peace Lily, my anthuriums, both these anthuriums are actually desperate for a repot. These velvet leaves are absolutely the worst for showing up watermarks, so I do try and take my time and make sure that I do dry every single leaf before I put the plant back in its spot. When I said this plant needed a repot, I wasn't lying. Just look at all these roots just sitting right on the top of the pot, and it's absolutely the same at the bottom of the pot as well. There is some noticeable spider mite damage on some of these anthurium leaves, unfortunately, but when you look at the plant from further back, she still looks like an absolute stunner. This anthurium has actually darker leaves than the other one, and I feel like the watermark sharp even worse. But once again, from afar, she's still looking really happy and really healthy, and is still one of my absolute favourites from my collection. Now I've completed a couple of things off my planty to-do list, it's time to do some of the household list. How cool is this pink Era? One of my best mates moved from London to Brighton and she didn't need it anymore in her new garden, so I got to have it and I absolutely love it. It brings me lots and lots of joy. And it's time to hang up just a couple of school uniforms, so we've got clean and dry uniforms for tomorrow. And then of course it's time to put on another wash. I feel like I don't know what the bottom of my washing basket looks like because the thing is always bloomin' full. Hello. Okay, so how are we getting on with the list? We have watered the moss poles, watered the outdoor pots, and left on my planty to-do list for today was to clean the shelves, but I'm not going to get a chance to do that. That's going to have to be a weekend job. Write a repotting list, again, weekend job. Batch the soil, we can do that quickly now. Water the front planter and add soil, again, I'll have to do that later. And I wanted to water and shower the hanging plants, which I do want to do today. So those are two things left on that list to do. And then in terms of the personal list, washes on, hung up the dresses, tidied up. I need to wrap a gift for a party my daughter's going to this weekend, walk the dog, and then I wanted to make some ginger shots. Oh, and also I've called the plumber and he's coming to fix the tap that is dripping. So we've still got a few things left to do. So let's get on with it. Right, so I already had some orchid bark because I repotted my orchid this week. So that's already in there, quite a lot actually. And then I'm actually using a ready-made houseplant soil, which I don't normally do, but why did I do it? Can't remember why I bought this, but I bought it, so I'm going to use it. So yeah, and I'm going to add in also some leca and some semi-hydro, but I suddenly realised I'm out of perlite, so I will have to add that in at a later date, but that's fine. At least like the rest of it will be done. So when you use any ready-made bag of soil, I always say to make sure that there's no fungus gnats. And the only way you can tell is just to open the bag and just kind of give the bag a little shake. And if you see anything coming out, don't use it. It's not worth it. And that's generally why I use cocoa coir instead and like just let it, like buy it in a block and let it expand. But I've got it, this mix, and actually I do quite like this mix as houseplant mixes go. But yeah, normally I would just buy the cocoa coir, but I've got this, so I'm gonna use it. Making a mess, making a mess. I think that's probably all I'm going to use for now, and I will just put one of these, so if there are any fungus gnats hanging around, they're not going to get in there. Give this a good mix before I add the other ingredients in. Sometimes you need a spoon, big spoon, to get into all the corners. It's just a little bit easier. And I will order some perlite. Just like a couple of scoops of leca, don't need like a huge amount. It's just to make it chunky. Oh, don't want that in there. Bit of plastic. And a couple of scoops of the semi-hydro, which basically acts the same as like pumice would do. Again, it's just chunky and aeration, basically. Definitely need the perlite. That mix would be too dense for me, so it's looking good, but it definitely needs the perlite just to make it more aerated. I always put a couple of sheets of paper towel on the top just to absorb any additional moisture, which prevents mold building up in my soil box. And other than needing to add in the perlite, that's ready to go. Have a meowgical birthday. Cool, that's done. Batch soil, wrap gift. It's time to make my lemon and ginger shots, and I try and batch these every few weeks, and I have them either as a little morning daily shot or adding them to hot water with some honey and enjoying it of an evening. I use lemons, oranges and grapefruits if I have them, chop everything up and then squeeze out all of the juice. And I don't measure anything, lemons, I just kind of use up lemons. What I have in my fridge. Not pepper given or cucumber. Week. I'm not going to lie, normally by the end of making these, I've given myself some serious repetitive strain injury, but I think it's worth it. I add the juice into the blender and then I chop up my ginger into chunks and add that too. Then I use 3 to 4 capsules of turmeric with black pepper, and then weeble it. Sometimes I also add manuka honey, but I actually forgot on this occasion, so I can just always add it in later. I go on the hunt for my little glass jars and then just wait a minute and you will see clumsy Alexis in full force. Oh no, that was bad. Yeah, I told you. It's now time to strain the mixture through a sieve to remove any pulp and any lumps, and then you can fill up all your little shots. I'm going to have one of these now with some hot water and honey to give me a little boost alongside my daily supplements. Fun fact, but if you struggle taking tablets, try swallowing with your chin down. It seems counterintuitive, but it actually really works and it's been a total game changer for me. Shots in the fridge, and that is another thing ticked off the list. Back to the planty to-do list, and welcome to my little sky garden, my skylight. These plants are exposed to a huge amount of light, and so I do have to choose the plants wisely and water them regularly. I normally water them in situ, but today I'm actually going to take the time to take them all down and take them outside for a shower, which I do like to try and do about once a month. Up first is my Peperomia Hope, one of my absolute favourites, and then variegated string of hearts. This is another plant that's absolutely desperate for a repot and is just not looking super healthy at the moment. I think her soil has probably become hydrophobic over time. My Hoya linearis absolutely loves this spot here in the skylight and has only started blooming for me regularly since I placed her here. I watered the moonlight cactus just a few days ago, so I'm going to leave this one for today. The linearis is such a unique and tactile plant and is definitely one of my favourite Hoya. After their shower, I am soaking some of the smaller plants in some fertilised water. I'll leave them here for around about 20 minutes. I'll tell you what, that shot as a warm drink is absolutely delicious. And it's giving me those kind of cozy, healing vibes that I need right now. I'm just letting some of those hanging plants soak. And I'm going to go and take this dog for a walk. Yeah, you want to go walkies? Yeah. I'm going to finish this video here. I hope you've enjoyed just hanging out, and if you have any things that you'd like to see from the channel, then I'd love to hear from you. Please drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.